Did Stevie Nicks really force Lindsey Buckingham out of Fleetwood Mac over something he did during a speech? Or does their animosity towards each other stretch back decades in the wild world of rock and roll? No duo has captured hearts or broken them quite like Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Their story began in the early 1970s when they joined Fleetwood Mac, bringing with them not just talent, but a fiery romance that played out both on stage and off. But what started as passion turned into heartbreak, and the scars from their breakup still echo today. Now Lindsey is finally breaking his silence, revealing painful truths, emotional regrets. As far as you're concerned, you're not in the band because of Stevie. That was what I was told by Irving. And even shocking claims about Stevie's role in his departure from the band. And just when you think the story can't get more intense, it does stick around. Because we're not only unpacking Lindsey's revelations, we'll also reveal what each band member has been up to since the music stopped. Stevie and Lindsey's early days and musical beginnings. Before we dive into the revelations Lindsey Buckingham has shared, let's rewind to the beginning and explore the journey of this iconic duo's romantic and musical relationship. The love story between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks began long before they became rock legends. The two first crossed paths at Menlo Atherton High School in Palo Alto, California in the late 1960s. At a gathering, Lindsey played California Dreaming on his guitar, and Stevie spontaneously joined in with her vocals. This impromptu performance hinted at the chemistry and harmony that would define their future collaborations. Lindsey was a talented guitarist, and Stevie had a captivating voice, which caught the attention of a local band called Fritz. Lindsey was already a member, and he felt that Stevie's voice would be the perfect addition to their lineup. They both joined Fritz and began performing together, quickly becoming known for their dynamic stage presence and undeniable chemistry. During their time in Fritz, they both dated other people, and their relationship was strictly professional. But the seeds of their partnership were being sown in the early 1970s as Fritz disbanded. Lindsey and Stevie decided to leave Palo Alto and pursue their musical dreams in Los Angeles. This decision marked a turning point in their relationship. I'm not sure we would have even become a couple if it wasn't for us leaving that band. It kind of pushed us together. Stevie later reflected in an interview. Their plan to move to Los Angeles hit a snag when Lindsey contracted mononucleosis, delaying their relocation for a year. During this time, Stevie took care of Lindsey, strengthening their bond, while they continued making music together. Finally, in 1972, they made their way to Los Angeles. They weren't just any musical duo. They were Buckingham Nicks, ready to make their mark. They released an album under their combined names, hoping it would launch their careers. The album, simply titled Buckingham Nicks, was released in 1973, showcasing their unique sound and chemistry. However, the album failed to make an impact commercially, and the record label dropped them. Despite the setback, they refused to give up. Financial struggles were a constant challenge, but they kept pursuing their dream. Lindsey found work as a session guitarist, contributing to various projects and honing his craft. Meanwhile, Stevie worked as a waitress and a cleaning lady to make ends meet. "I loved being a waitress. I made good money," she once remarked, recalling that period of her life. Their journey wasn't without its hurdles, like the time Lindsey tried telemarketing, only to quit after being hung up on by a potential customer. Living together in a small apartment, they wrote and recorded Demos, determined to keep moving forward. Stevie and Lindsey's resilience and passion for music fueled their determination. They were determined to keep moving forward, knowing that their partnership had the potential to create something extraordinary. Their hard work and persistence eventually paid off when Mick Fleetwood heard their demo and invited them to join Fleetwood Mac in 1974. This opportunity was about to pave the way for their legendary careers, and lasting impact on the music world. The power couple joined Fleetwood Mac in the mid-1970s. Fleetwood Mac was on the brink of transformation. Bob Welch, one of the band's key members, had decided to leave, which could have left Fleetwood Mac in a precarious position. In means, Fleetwood Mac would be left with just 3 members: Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, and Christine McVie. However, Mick Fleetwood, the band's drummer, remembered an unforgettable encounter at Sound City Studios. There he had stumbled upon the music of Buckingham Nicks, the duo composed of Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Their record had made a lasting impression, particularly Buckingham's unique guitar style, which Fleetwood found stunning. Even though Fleetwood wasn't actively searching for new members, the music of Buckingham Nicks had stuck with him. It wasn't just a matter of needing fresh talent. It was about recognizing the potential for something extraordinary. When the opportunity arose to bring new life into Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham seemed like the perfect fit. So in the year 1974, the fateful opportunity knocked on Lindsey Buckingham's door when Mick Fleetwood, the drummer of Fleetwood Mac, offered him a spot in the band. However, there was a catch. Lindsey wouldn't join without his musical and romantic partner Stevie Nicks. It was a bold move, but it showed the depth of their partnership and how intertwined their careers and lives had become. On stage, they seemed like the perfect match, exuding chemistry and charisma that captivated audiences. But behind the scenes, cracks in their relationship were starting to show. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Stevie Nicks reflected on those early years, saying that from 1971 to 1975, they were pretty much like a married couple. Even though they didn't have a ring, she took on the role of caretaker, doing all kinds of things like cooking, cleaning, working hard, and taking care of their lives together. Those challenging times, marked by financial struggles and personal sacrifices, inspired some of their most famous songs. One of them, Gypsy, captured the essence of their simple home: a big comfy mattress right on the floor, old-fashioned coverlets, and a lamp glowing softly in the corner. Stevie fondly remembered the calmness and simplicity of those days, describing it as a period of both hardship and profound connection. Joining Fleetwood Mac marked a pivotal turning point for the couple. The decision to join the band wasn't just about their careers. It was a make-or-break moment for their relationship. In an interview with Billboard, Nicks recalled telling Lindsey, "We have too much to lose." They chose to give their love another chance, moving back in together and leaving their financial struggles behind. With Fleetwood Mac, they entered a new chapter, filled with unexpected challenges and triumphs. Nicks, ever the pragmatic dreamer, envisioned a year-long stint with the band, a chance to make some money, and then move on if it didn't feel right. However, their journey took an unexpected turn, leading them to unprecedented fame and success. But what happens when the line between love and ambition blurs? Can two people truly balance a romantic relationship with the intense demands of a rock and roll lifestyle? Stay with us as we delve deeper into the highs and lows of Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks' journey, uncovering the sad details that Lindsey recently revealed about their time together, the breakthrough and tumultuous times. In the mid-1970s, Fleetwood Mac was poised for a major transformation. When Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined the band in 1975, it marked a pivotal moment, not just for Fleetwood Mac, but for rock history. Their first album together, the self-titled Fleetwood Mac, was the band's 10th studio album, but it felt like a fresh start. The album was more than just a record. It was the beginning of a new era. The release of Fleetwood Mac was met with initial uncertainty. The band embarked on an extensive tour, beginning in less than packed venues. Yet their live performances gradually began to resonate with audiences, and something magical happened. The album was a massive success, reaching #1 on the charts in the United States and selling over 7 million copies. It included hit singles like Christine McVie's "Over My Head" and Say You Love Me, as well as Stevie Nicks' iconic Ryan On. The track Landslide, which became a live hit 20 years later on. The dance album also found its way into the hearts of many listeners. However, the rise to stardom wasn't without its personal struggles. The tension between Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, who were both dealing with their own romantic troubles, fueled some of Fleetwood Mac's most memorable songs. Tracks like Go Your Own Way, Dreams, and Silver Springs were born out of the emotional turmoil of their relationship. These songs became anthems of their time, resonating with many who could relate to their pain and passion. The real turning point came with the recording of Fleetwood Mac's next album, Rumors, which began in 1976. This album was born from a storm of personal strife. By the end of 1976, the band members' relationships were in disarray. Nicks and Buckingham were on the verge of breaking up, while John and Christine McVie were facing their marital issues. Even MC Fleetwood was finalizing his divorce. The recording sessions for Rumors were anything but smooth. The band struggled to keep their personal dramas from interfering with their professional work. Despite the chaos, Rumors became one of the best-selling albums of all time, with tracks like Dreams and Go Your Own Way becoming timeless classics. The album's success was a testament to the band's ability to channel their personal struggles into something extraordinary. The tension and heartbreak that fueled the album became part of its magic. As Stevie and Lindsey's relationship continued to deteriorate, it reached a breaking point. During the recording of Rumors, in a moment of clarity, Stevie Nicks made the difficult decision to end their romantic relationship. Despite this, both agreed to put their differences aside and focus on Fleetwood Mac's future. Reflecting on their tumultuous journey, Stevie acknowledged that joining Fleetwood Mac had irrevocably changed their lives. She believed that despite the heartache, their experiences and the music they created together were worth it. Their time with Fleetwood Mac, fraught with personal struggles, but also marked by incredible achievements, became a defining chapter in both their lives and the band's history. Lindsey Buckingham's unexpected departure and legal battles. It's been for decades since Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks first teamed up with Fleetwood Mac, but their relationship remains a topic of intense interest. In 2018, Buckingham's departure from the band sent shock waves through the music world. Just as Fleetwood Mac was on the brink of embarking on a much-anticipated North American tour, Buckingham was suddenly and unexpectedly dismissed. This abrupt exit left fans and critics alike with a myriad of unanswered questions and reignited old tensions within the band. Buckingham's exit was far from a quiet departure. It ignited a legal battle that captured widespread attention legally. This is all resolved? Yes, it is. And how long has that been for? Only a couple of weeks, and now we've all signed off on something. And you're happy with it. I'm happy enough with it. Buckingham didn't take his firing lightly. He took legal action against Fleetwood Mac, accusing them of several serious grievances. He claimed that the band had breached their fiduciary duty, violated an oral contract, and intentionally interfered with his potential earnings from the tour. Buckingham argued that the tour was set to be a significant source of income for him and sought damages for the lost opportunity. Although the lawsuit was eventually settled out of court, the specifics of the settlement were kept confidential. To add to the drama, Buckingham openly shared his side of the story with the media. In numerous interviews, he expressed his dissatisfaction and provided his perspective on the situation. Buckingham suggested that Stevie Nicks was a key factor in his dismissal. He implied that Nicks had issued an ultimatum to the band, demanding that they choose between her and him. This assertion only fueled speculation and heightened interest in the real reasons behind his firing. While Fleetwood Mac maintained a relatively reserved stance, Buckingham's revelations hinted at deeper, unresolved issues within the band. So, What exactly triggered such a dramatic turn of events? Why was Buckingham, a crucial member of Fleetwood Mac, pushed out so suddenly? And could Nicks have played a role in this conflict? Let's find out. Stevie Nicks' perspective and the fallout. In September 2nd, 2021, Stevie Nicks finally opened up about the controversy surrounding Lindsey Buckingham's departure from Fleetwood Mac, offering her perspective on a tumultuous situation that had captivated fans and media alike. For years, the exact reasons behind Buckingham's exit had been shrouded in mystery. But Nicks' detailed account provided much-needed clarity. The tension began to brew when Buckingham requested to delay Fleetwood Mac's upcoming tour, his desire to focus on his solo career and the promotion of his new projects clashed with the band's plans. This request was more than a minor scheduling issue. It struck at the heart of Fleetwood Mac's carefully laid plans and tested the cohesion of the group. Nicks, who had been instrumental in the band's success and was deeply committed to the tour, found this request disruptive and frustrating. She had been looking forward to the tour as a critical opportunity for the band to reconnect with their fans and solidify their presence in the music industry. The situation took a dramatic turn during the Music as Person of the Year event, where Nicks was honored for her contributions to music. Buckingham's behavior during the event further fueled the discord. Reports indicate that, as Nicks took the stage to accept her award, Buckingham was seen smirking and making gestures that Nicks perceived as demeaning. This behavior was interpreted as a deliberate attempt to undermine her moment of recognition. The incident became a flashpoint, intensifying the existing rift and pushing the relationship between Nicks and Buckingham to a critical juncture. Nicks later clarified that she did not orchestrate Buckingham's departure from Fleetwood Mac, a claim that had been widely circulated. Instead, she explained that her decision to distance herself from the band was motivated by a need to escape what she saw as a toxic environment. For Nicks, maintaining a professional space that was both healthy and respectful was paramount. She stressed the importance of personal boundaries and the right to set limits on what one can endure. In a work setting, her focus was on ensuring a positive and productive environment for herself and her bandmates. In the aftermath of Buckingham's firing, he publicly attributed his departure to Nicks' influence, suggesting that she had issued an ultimatum to the band: either he leaves or she does. This narrative portrayed Nicks as having significant sway over Fleetwood Mac's decision-making process. This portrayal deepened the divide between the two musicians and fueled ongoing speculation and debate among fans and industry observers. By September 2nd, 2021, the rift between NYCS and Buckingham remained unresolved. The public feud and the absence of reconciliation only served to highlight the complexities and enduring tensions within Fleetwood Mac. As the story continued to unfold, it became clear that the fallout from Buckingham's departure was more than just a band dispute. It was a reflection of the intricate and often fraught relationships that can shape a high-profile music career. Lindsey's revelation. Lindsey Buckingham has recently opened up about his relationship with Stevie Nicks, and the details he shared are both surprising and poignant. Buckingham revealed that, since his open-heart surgery in 2019, Nicks has not reached out to him. This lack of contact after such a significant personal health event speaks volumes about their current relationship, or lack thereof. But the story doesn't end there. Buckingham has hinted that there might still be some lingering feelings between them. In a recent interview, he let slip that there was a time when he still had romantic feelings for NYC. He wondered aloud if she might have felt the same way about him. This admission adds a layer of complexity to their past relationship, especially considering their highly publicized breakup, which is still widely remembered. Thanks to Fleetwood Mac's iconic album Rumors, Buckingham reflected on how their breakup during the making of Rumors was incredibly intense. He believes that the emotional strain of working together on the album, while dealing with their personal issues, might have made it harder for them to move on from each other. He described how they were essentially forced to put their feelings aside to complete the album, which is no small feat. According to Buckingham, bottling up emotions in this way can lead to unresolved issues that resurface later on. He warns that pushing feelings down doesn't make them disappear. Instead, they often come back in unexpected ways, adding another layer to the story. Buckingham talked about how their lives diverged significantly after their breakup. While he found love again and started a family, Nicks chose to focus intensively on her music career. Nicks has also enjoyed a prolific career with Fleetwood Mac with their last album, Say You Will, released in 2003. Buckingham believes that these different paths they took might have influenced how they viewed each other, especially in the wake of significant events, like the passing of Peter Green, one of Fleetwood Mac's founding members, in 2020. So what does this mean for their past and present feelings? Could there still be unresolved emotions between Buckingham and Nicks? Or have they truly moved on from their shared history? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. Mick Fleetwood's efforts to reunite the band. In a surprising twist, Mick Fleetwood took the initiative to reach out to Lindsey Buckingham, despite years of silence between them. This gesture was more than just a friendly check-in. It was an effort to mend fences and possibly explore the idea of reuniting Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood even hinted at a potential farewell tour, which got Buckingham's hopes up about rejoining the band. However, the road to reconciliation is far from smooth. Buckingham noted that reuniting with Fleetwood Mac would require Stevie Nicks to be on board as well, given that they haven't had a meaningful conversation in what feels like an eternity. It remains uncertain where Nicks stands on the matter. In a candid discussion on the WTF with Mark Marr on podcast, Buckingham shared his thoughts on the ongoing drama with Nicks and the band. He didn't hold back, revealing his feelings of disappointment and betrayal. Buckingham expressed his frustration at feeling unsupported by his bandmates leading up to his departure. For him, missing out on the tour wasn't just a personal setback. It felt like a blow to the entire legacy of Fleetwood Mac. After 43 years of making music together, the pain of being sidelined was palpable. The aftermath of Buckingham's departure has been complex. While he and Mick Fleetwood have managed to maintain a working relationship, Buckingham and Stevie Nicks have not yet reconciled. Despite the ongoing drama, Buckingham is channeling his energy into his solo career with a new album in the works. This solo project represents a fresh chapter for Buckingham, even as the saga with Fleetwood Mac continues to unfold. As Buckingham drops hints about the possibility of rejoining Fleetwood Mac, the situation remains fraught with uncertainty. The key factor is whether Stevie Nicks would be willing to give her blessing for a reunion, given their frosty relationship and lack of recent communication. The chances of a smooth reconciliation seem slim. Nevertheless, the drama, the rock and roll legacy, and the potential for a future reunion keep fans on the edge of their seats. Will the band manage to overcome their past conflicts and come together once more? Or are the days of Buckingham and NYC working side by side a thing of the past? So what has Lindsey Buckingham been up to since leaving Fleetwood Mac? Let's dive into both his career and personal life to get a clearer picture of where he stands today. Buckingham's career paths. Despite the dramatic exit from Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham hasn't slowed down. He has been actively pursuing his solo career and working on new music projects. Buckingham continues to make waves in the industry, collaborating with a range of artists and contributing his unique sound to various musical endeavors. His talent and passion for music remain as strong as ever, and his solo work is a testament to his enduring influence. In the rock world, Buckingham's solo career has been marked by both highs and lows. After he departed from Fleetwood Mac, he released several solo albums, showcasing his songwriting skills and guitar prowess. He's known for his innovative approach to music, and his solo work often reflects his personal experiences and evolving artistic vision. Buckingham has also ventured into live performances and tour, bringing his music directly to fans and continuing to build his solo career. Personal life. On the personal front, Buckingham's life has been a roller coaster. He married Kristen Messner in 2000, and the couple welcomed 3 children together. Their family life seemed stable for many years, but by 2021, their marriage faced significant challenges. Buckingham and Messner filed for divorce, marking a tough period in his personal life. Despite the difficulties, Buckingham has remained committed to his family and continues to be an active and engaged father. Throughout these changes, Buckingham has continued to focus on his music. His resilience and dedication to his craft have been evident as he navigates both the professional and personal ups and downs. Buckingham's ability to keep creating and performing, even amidst personal turmoil, speaks to his passion for music and his strength as an artist. Hence, while Buckingham's journey after Fleetwood Mac has been filled with personal and professional challenges, he remains a prominent figure in the music world. His solo career is thriving, and despite the end of his marriage, he continues to push forward, proving that his talent and determination are as strong as ever. But what about Stevie Nicks and other band members? What have they been up to? Stevie Nicks, a solo superstar. In 1981, Stevie Nicks took a bold step into solo stardom with her album, Belladonna. This move marked the beginning of a successful solo career that saw her release 7 more studio albums and 2 live albums. Some of her standout solo hits include Edge of 17, Leather and Lace, and After the Glitter Fades. Nicks once admitted in an interview that she hadn't initially planned on a solo career. She explained, "I was not the least bit interested in having a solo career." Even when she made the decision to work on her solo album, she was reluctant to leave Fleetwood Mac. She's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee twice over, both for her work with Fleetwood Mac and for her solo career, because she had so many songs written for the band. In 2019, Stevie Nicks achieved a significant milestone by being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. As a solo artist, she made history as the first woman to be inducted twice, both as a member of Fleetwood Mac and as a solo artist. More recently, she collaborated with Miley Cyrus on a remix of Edge of Midnight, and in 2022 she wowed audiences with a performance at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles in March 2, 2023. She kicked off a 9-show tour with Billy Joel, aptly named To Icons One Night. Although Nicks has hinted at possibly writing a memoir someday, she has stated that, if she does, it wouldn't focus on her past struggles with illegal substance addiction, as she believes that part of her life doesn't define her. She said, "I survived me. I survived my pain. I survived by myself. I checked myself into rehab. Nobody did that for me." On a personal note, Stevie Nicks remains deeply connected to her music and fans, continuing to inspire generations with her resilience and artistic spirit. Her journey from Fleetwood Mac to solo stardom is a testament to her talent and determination, and she shows no signs of slowing down as she embraces new opportunities and collaborations. Christine McVie, remembering a legend. In May 2, 2023, Stevie Nicks paid a heartfelt tribute to her friend and bandmate, Christine McVie, during a concert in Atlanta. McVie, who was like a sister to Nicks, passed away on November 30, 2022, at the age of 79. Nicks shared that Taylor Swift's song, "You're on Your Own, Kid," helped her cope with the loss. Christine McVie had a remarkable career with Fleetwood Mac and a series of solo projects. She took a break from the band for 15 years, but rejoined in 2014. She released a self-titled solo album in 1984. and another in 2004. In 2017, she and Lindsey Buckingham collaborated on a duet album. The music world mourned her passing, and at the 2023 Grammy Awards, Mick Fleetwood, Sheryl Crow, and Bonnie Wright honored her with a performance of her song Songbird. Christine McVie's cause of death was revealed to be a stroke, complicated by cancer. Her loss was deeply felt across the music community, and Fleetwood Mac's tribute to her highlighted her immense talent and the unforgettable memories she left behind. John McVie, the rock and roll survivor, John McVie, Fleetwood Mac bassist, has had his own set of challenges and triumphs. After battling an alcohol-induced seizure in 1987, he committed to sobriety in 2013. He was diagnosed with colon cancer, but was fortunate to go into remission. John McVie has a passion for sailing and has enjoyed a somewhat quieter lifestyle. In recent years, his resilience and dedication have been a cornerstone of Fleetwood Mac's enduring success. Mick Fleetwood, the multifaceted drummer. Mick Fleetwood, the band's drummer, has led a colorful and varied life. He married model Jenny Boyd in 1970, and they had 2 daughters. Although they divorced and later remarried, they eventually split again. Mick has had several other marriages and children. Over the years, his life has been marked by a series of interesting ventures beyond music. After attending a concert by Harry Styles, Mick became friends with him and even became the face of Styles' brand pleasing. In 2021, he released a solo record titled Mick Fleetwood and Friends. Celebrate the music of Peter Green. Mick also owns a wine line and a restaurant called Fleetwood's on Front Street in Maui, Hawaii. Sadly, his restaurant suffered damage during the Maui wildfires in August 2, 2023. Many of them have lost their homes. I think had I been here, I still would have felt helpless, but not as helpless. The members of Fleetwood Mac, including Stevie Nicks, Mick Fleetwood, John McVie, and Christine McVie, have all had incredible careers and personal stories. Their music and their friendship have left a lasting impact on fans worldwide. As we look back at Lindsey Buckingham's rocky romance with Stevie Nicks and the subsequent fallout, it's clear that Fleetwood Mac's story is one of both personal and professional triumphs and trials. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. But why stop here? For another thrilling discovery, click on any of the next videos that pops up on your screen.